السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Distinguished President of today's program, honorable judges, and dear all. Today I would like to speak on the burning topic of the time, why uniform civil code is not possible in India. Dear esteemed audience, the implementation of uniform civil code in India has been an issue of debate for a long time. It has been one of the most controversial issues that India has ever faced. The matters discussed on extreme levels before every general election. India is presently going through that fire. We are going through a very painful and agonizing period in our history. The ruling government has been an intense supporter of the Uniform Civil Code. The development comes days after the Union government told the Supreme Court that triple talaq, nikah, halala and polygamy weren't integral to practice of Islam or essential religious practices. Subsequently, the Law Commission had put on its website a questionnaire comprising 16 questions to seek public opinion on the civil code issue. Dear cited audience, what does this Uniform Civil Code mean in layman's language? A Uniform Civil Code basically highlights unifying all personal laws to define one single set of secular laws for every citizen of the country, irrespective of the community or religion they belong to. It covers areas like marriage, divorce, maintenance, inheritance, and adoption, etc. All religions in India coexist as separate and distinct communities. Each individual community has individual laws governing themselves. And so every individual is entitled to obey his personal laws and not necessarily obey the law applied to territory. Hence, the Uniform Civil Code strikes the heart of custom and orthodoxy. Dear intellectuals, one country, one law is not possible in India because India has a more diverse culture with people of so many religions living and professing their religions, and they have to be respected. Adivasis have their own customs. A man can have many wives and a woman can have many husbands too. They have different ways of marriage and different rituals for burying the dead. A large section of Hindus practices different religious customs in different places. A comparative study of the personal laws of Hindus, Muslims, and other minority will reveal that the sheer diversity of these laws, coupled with the dogmatic zeal with which they are adhered to, can't permit uniformity of any sort in personal laws. In fact, the heterogeneity of Hindu law itself is such that the possibility of Hindu code is ruled out. Under the Hindu Marriage Act of 1955, marriages may be solemnized in accordance with the ceremonies of a variety of people who come under the definition of a Hindu. For instance, according to no Saptapadi forms of marriage, the marriage is deemed to be complete and binding when the couple takes 7 steps of rounds with the sacred fire. On the other hand, under the Sausratruta form of marriage, the marriage is valid if the parties to the marriage declare in the presence of relatives that they are marrying each other, or if they garland each other, or put a ring on each other's fingers, or if the groom ties a thali around the neck of the bride. Likewise, in southern India, a Hindu man can get married to his cousin and even to his niece. But in other parts of India, Hindu men can't get married to their cousins and nieces. Shakuntala, Nilakanta, 1972, mile 31, cited in Family Law by Paris Devan. Dear intellectuals, it therefore needs to be asked if it is possible and practicable to reconcile these divergent laws and formulate a common code that is acceptable to all communities. A uniform code is also against the spirit of the Constitution, which safeguards the right of citizens to practice their religion. Article 25 of the Constitution reads, all persons are equally entitled to freedom of conscience and the right freely to process, practice and propagate religion, while the Article 44 of the Directive Principle reads, the state shall endeavor to secure for citizens a uniform civil code throughout the territory of India. A Directive Principle, a suggestion or an optional act can't outdo a fundamental right of a citizen, and this is a common sense. An effort to make changes in Muslim personal laws is totally against the constitutionally guaranteed fundamental right. Moreover, the word secular was added to the constitution so as to allow citizens to practice any kind of religion that they may want to. India is a secular state. No particular religion or the religion of the overwhelming majority has been made the religion of the state. Articles 29 and 30 of the Constitution also ensure the linguistic minorities the right to establish educational institutions of their choice. The diversity is the beauty of India, as different kinds of flowers add to the beauty of a garden. In the same way, people with different cultures and colors are the beauty of this awesome country, and this is the soul of mixolization of India. Dear audience, the recent affidavit by the BJP government seeking abolishment of triple talaq and polygamy is received by the minority as part of a conspiracy to impose a Brahminical law in the guise of uniform civil code and as the backdoor entry of Hindu Rashtra. Thus, I believe, and you will also believe, that the Uniform Civil Code, if implemented, it will cause a huge chaos and riots. It will be a great contradiction to the Muslim personal laws and will not be accepted by the minority. The people from different communities are not willing to adopt the secular laws separated from the personal laws. So, it's not fair to impose the tradition of one group upon other. But our focal point should be other less contentious issues that Indian society is facing. The only policy which can work and hold our country together is secularism. I repeat it, the only policy which can hold our country together is secularism and giving equal respect to all communities. Otherwise, our country can't survive for one day. May Allah protect this country from these sorts of evil conspiracy and give the countrymen tawfiq to let us to practice our religion freely. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum.